I never really wanted to make this video because I'm very pissed off at what I'm dealing with right now. Basically, I'm just dealing with a life that is literally penetrating my own will and my own spirit. And basically, I just feel like there really is not a lot to say on this one because so many people I trusted in the past are just fucking stupid because they don't know how to keep a promise. They don't know how to help me. All they ever do is just push me around and they say they'll help me, but they always lie about that shit. And that really comes at a price, because people have tried to help me. People have tried to give me the right antidote, but every time that I take this medicine, I just scream. All I do is scream at the top of my lungs and just lash out at people, just throw shit, become a monster of my own way. So when I die of old age, I'm hoping to go to hell and just become a monster there and then, become a legendary monster in the great demonology in some way. Now, I know that might be kind of hard to deal with. Like, oh, your angelic form is going to be like a fucking goat monster, a fucking Baphomet. And you would be correct. That is where I'm going with this. And there's not really much I can depend on. And whether or not you call me a loser or call me a liar or anything like that, I think that the Devil's Origin, Eyes of Heaven, is connected to the Hellverse. But 7 years later, after Hazbin Hotel and Hell of a Boss, you know, and you may be wondering to yourself, but the world building is bullshit. And I say, yes, it is. But this is where ego somewhat comes and fix the world building. Specifically, there's more lore to Beelzebub and more hints at ego's revenge plot. Like, ego is kind of like Ellie from The Last of Us Part 2, where he witnessed his mother's death, and this caused a wreak of havoc, where he just simply does not have the courage to stand for himself. And I'm not going to go into more detail because I don't want to spoil everything about it. Plus, I already have a manga ready to be prepared to be written down. I do need to get an artist for this. Now, granted though, I could get like vivziepop for this. She could be like the artist and I could be the storyteller. But I know that by then she'll probably say, "No, I can't work on this. I really am done with the Hellverse. I think I'm just done with making more of Hazard Hotel and Hell of a Boss storylines." And you just gotta find somebody else. I can let you have one of my Spindle Horse teams to deal with it, but I'm just not really in the mood. And that's just kind of stupid, since the fact that I've seen Vizzypop work on web comics like Zoophobia. Yes, she abandoned it, but I'm not going out of my way and say that this is temporary, or whatever the fuck you want to call it. I think there are a lot of people out there that are passionate enough to work for a guy that has a mental illness and that could help with storytelling, help with some other things. And hell, it would have been awesome if I did have an editor right then and there. You know, I would definitely have this as a shonen jump, because again, this is the way to end the Helliverse, not oh, like Charlie this and Bledsoe that. Like it's not. I don't want the Helliverse to end like that way. I want to end on a higher note. And I'm hoping that, you know, when like the final season for Hazbin Hotel comes along and also Hell of a Boss, I'm hoping to publish this book out by the time that the shows are done into manga form. Now, granted though, I am suicidal. Yes, you heard me right. I am completely sad of myself. Don't worry, I'm getting the help I need. I'm looking into group homes as of now to help me with my mental disability and my suicidal thoughts. So don't write in the comments saying that I feel sorry for you and all that kind of stuff, because I feel like the emotional type when it comes to shit like this, and we are work. I am working on my own manga eventually. It's just it is going to take a while for it to come out, and since it's called The Devil's Origin, Eyes of Heaven, it's kind of different. Since here's the thing: the main universe, like the main timeline for the Helververse, that right there, Highs of Heaven, that takes place 7 years of the Helliverse, of Hazbin Hotel and Hell of a Boss. As for the Devil's Origin, it takes place in a parallel universe. Not like, the same universe as this, but a universe as this. Am I stupid? Fuck no. Am I, like, literally a fucking psychopath with no brain? Yes, you could call me a psychopath, but I don't like being called a psychopath anyway, shape or form for that matter. But you can call me whatever the fuck you want. I don't care. As long as it doesn't involve criticism, that's fine. Uh, Mainly because I just can't care about criticism at this point. Yes, I can take criticism, but I don't care to respond to it. Not negatively or positively. I just ignore the criticism and move on with my day. And no, taking criticism and ignoring criticism are two different things. And meaningfully to tell that you automatically have this sort of thing come out of nowhere. And granted, though, I get it. There's not always going to be lore involved, and there's always going to be some bad shit that is insane. And I get that. There's not like Sin's Miss, it's coming out soon. I don't care. Um, I know it's going to be a bad episode, and everyone's going to be like criticizing it. And yes, that is the pavement. That is the type of pavement that kind of works on its own. But I'm okay with it. You know why? Because every day I suffer for the last couple of years or so. And this is where I would rather say my goodbyes. So from this day forward, you're still going to see some episodes of The Devil's Origin. And I'm going to give you some small updates on the manga as of now. Specifically, just like some details on what I'm dealing with right here. So, yeah, there's not really much I could say on this one. Vivzi, if you're watching this, I'm really sorry, but like, you're a good artist. You're really good. It's just, you need to understand that the fan base is really hoping for something better. Not just this, but more likely than not, something better or something more.